talking. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Chantel. Welcome to another edition of Movie Boomerang.
And I'm Phil, and we're here to talk about a totally tubular tale of two star-crossed teens.
So I bet you're thinking, two star-crossed teens, that must be Romeo and Juliet, or maybe it's West Side Story, or something really like... Or maybe
No one is thinking West Side Story.
Yeah,
no one is tuned in today and thinking, you know what I think they're going to talk about? I think they're going to talk about Tony and Maria, the Upper West Side. What are you doing?
You're such an ass.
You're supposed to clap along with me.
You're not
my bits. So they're from the Upper West Side, and they have the Sharks and the Jets trying to keep them a part of their doomed romance.
Oh
yeah, I don't think that's what they're thinking. I have a feeling.
All right, so if you haven't figured this out, it's not Romeo and Juliet, and it is not West Side Story. It's literally just Valley Girl.
Jasmine, how could you? Sure. I'd be freaking out. Look, I'd be scarfing up everything in sight. I'm sure, I don't know, oh, I get so fat and all, and what happened to my zits and get so grody.
Just Valley Girl?
Just Valley Girl.
Hold on a second.
Just Valley Girl.
I like the Bard just as much as anyone and his plays, but...
What are you talking about, the Bard?
Shakespeare?
Shakespeare's called the Bard.
Yeah, Shakespeare
By who?
is called...
By you?
Everyone in the world, apparently except you. Apparently that Valley Regional Education. Yes.
My education.
Go Valley Regional.
Oh my God, I have
and UConn.
20 years of...
And UMass. Apparently no one ever
My
mentioned
education was
Shakespeare
just
in any of those
fine.
places.
I didn't really...
Look,
I was a math major.
You're just going to have to trust me. I was a journalism major. You'll have to trust me because in high school, as you well know, I spent a full year studying the Bard's plays with our exchange teacher who would come over from England just to teach, apparently just me, Shakespeare, and we would go to the Burger King and
I do
study
remember
the
that
play.
with Mr. Walsh.
Mr. Walsh. So don't even act like I'm not an expert in this. So
I do remember that. He would go after school with his English teacher to Mickey D's or Burger King.
No, to Burger King.
To Burger King.
Yeah, we didn't go to McDonald's. Those two.
For like hours,
gauche.
and then...
It's too gauche.
For Mr. Walsh. Yeah. And then... Yeah, and I thought that was weird then, and it's weird now.
Well,
it's just weird.
It's not weird
at
all.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you probably have figured out at this point that there seems to be a difference of opinion about this particular film.
Kinda.
In the theater.
Kinda.
There's someone who watched it and enjoyed it, and then there's Chantel.
Well, I think it's a crappy teen movie, and he's somehow equating it to Shakespearean play.
Yeah, why don't we? How about if we're going to settle this?
Mm-hmm. Let's settle
Why don't we take a look at what Martha Coolidge, the director of this film, had to say at the giant, phenomenal 20th anniversary celebration that they had?
Yeah, let's do that.
I knew the movie could be a big movie. I think literally no one felt as convinced as I was that the movie would be a big movie. I didn't really predict that we'd be sitting here doing this this many years later, but I knew it was going to be big. I felt that.
That was so cringy.
Yeah, maybe, but
yeah,
but
definitely.
I would say that not only does this have fabulous music with the Plimsolls and a bunch of other people that you don't get to hear very often, but it also has Nicolas Cage in his first really dramatic role, where he is really mining the depths of emotion that's really akin to some of the Bard's best characters, like Hamlet or Othello or even King Lear. I mean, just that kind of emotion.
It's your friends. Well, fuck you. Now fuck off for sure. Like, totally.
I still say crappy teen movie. Not really equatable to a Shakespearean play.
You don't really know much about Shakespeare, so I don't know how you can judge.
So this movie is about two teens. They're having a love affair. Yeah, they're having this love affair. the girl is from the Valley. The boy is a city punk from Hollywood. And
That's Randy. That's
Randy,
Nicolas
Tommy,
Cage's-
something, I don't know.
it's Randy.
Anyway,
It's Randy.
it's Randy and Julie. Anyway,
Randy and Julie.
the girlfriend, the Valley girl, her friends don't want her dating the city
keep
punk.
them apart 'cause he's totally
but their
grody.
love is
Grody to the
unstoppable.
max.
Their love's
Gag me.
unstoppable.
Grody. Yeah, well, and she's got her boyfriend, Tommy, is the classic '80s boyfriend, the bad guy that you can see in Karate Kid and Up the Creek,
Johnny.
in Ski School, like Johnny from Karate Kid. The blonde feathered hair, the polo shirt, probably an Izod, but who knows? And then another shirt and all preppy and listening to Flock of Seagulls, dancing around.
Yeah.
Just total son of a gun.
Yeah.
So the other thing from the '80s that's in this that is, another classic '80s
More weird stuff in the
is
movie.
are
Loaded.
Julie's parents, who are these hippies, like literal like hippies from the '60s. They talk about Woodstock. They're wearing Birkenstocks and they're smoking weed, and they run a health food store. So it is. They are the classic '80s permissive parents sort of trope.
And they make such weird comments.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to bed.
Wait a minute, Julie.
You know, Julie, we were young once. Your mother still is. We understand.
This isn't the age of Aquarius, you know.
What did it were?
God, why don't you just punish me like Stacy's parents do?
Bad karma, dear.
And another weird thing about it was Julie, when they'd show scenes of Julie sleeping in her bed or whatever, she had
on the
this
phone to
clown.
Randy.
Talking on the phone to Randy. She had this clown doll in bed with her, and they thought, apparently, the scriptwriters thought it was important enough, or the producers thought it was.
Set producers
thought it was
something.
important enough. It was shown multiple times, this weird.
Yeah, ceramic head doll, which
Yeah.
is just what you'd expect a teenage girl to have in her bed.
It was just weird. It was just weird. The parents and the one good thing about this movie though was that it had so they did this
There's
sequence.
more than one good thing about
No,
the movie,
there was
just
one
for
good thing. So there's this sequence where they're showing the affair, the love affair, different outfits. That they're at the beach, they're at the
Torrid
bowling
week-long
alley.
romance.
I know. I can't believe it was a week.
Yeah.
But during
Seemed
that
like
week,
forever.
you felt like it was, but you figured it out.
A lot less dramatic scenes there.
I know. But they had I'll Stop the World Melt With You by Modern English.
sure that's
And
the
that's
real
our
name.
song, and it was the first song we danced
think
at
it's a
our
different
wedding.
name.
It's our, and every time I hear it, I get all happy and emotional and sentimental and melt
Yes.
with you.
No, we're not singing. Let's not do
Because
the
I
singing.
suck at singing, but I love
Yes.
it. I do.
Singing is the unrequited love of your life. It is not.
Oh.
It's not loving you back.
There aren't enough lessons, are there, for me?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, and I can't remember what Shakespeare. I think it was
I'll
Midsummer Night's
stop the
Dream
world
with
and
the unrequited
melt
love.
with
There's probably many of them.
God, I couldn't carry a
Desdemona?
tune. What?
No, maybe we could get an auto tune involved.
Would that work?
Desdemona?
Is that how?
Yeah, you could just mouth the words.
And have someone else sing. But I love
Yeah,
singing.
that's right. We can hire
All right.
a stand-in.
Okay, so many weird things. So the,
Like
the
Billy
song
Baldwin.
was good, but the other weird thing was the amount of topless women in this movie was just ridiculous. It was off the charts. It's this teen movie, and yet they have a ton of topless women.
Yeah, there couldn't have been more than 8, but I hardly
Really?
even noticed.
Really? Really?
What?
Did you count, Phil?
No.
Did you count?
I just know. I think that I'm just estimating.
You're estimating.
I'm estimating
Eight's
based
kinda
on watching the
specific.
movie. Well,
So it's just weird. Like,
I think it's 4
why do they
people
have-
is 2. Well, each person seems to come with 2. So just doing the math.
So
You're the math major though, so you probably know
Yeah.
better than me.
he could do Shakespeare.
Yeah,
So that's
I'll
about
handle
it.
the Shakespeare.
The
You
Bard.
You worry about the math. Yeah, don't even go there. The Bard.
I'm looking it
Don't
up
even
when we-
act
I'm
like
looking it
that's
up.
not a thing, because that's totally a
It's
thing.
not a thing.
Oh my God!
find
you
out.
need to go back to college. I think. No. Yes, you do.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's a
So
remedial
what?
Shakespeare
So what was
class.
the deal? Shut up. So like why was it only girls with the nudity? Why were there no boys?
Because it's the '80s. Those were the good old days.
Really, the '80s
No
are the
one
good
had to
old
look
days?
at a guy's butt like in what was that movie? The fire
Backdraft?
movie, like in Backdraft. Oh my Lord. Or Tortured
Where
by
you-
Billy.
Yeah, and he obsessed
Billy
over his
Baldwin's
butt for
butt.
30 years.
Just insanity. So that was after the golden age of
Of butts
boobs
and boobs.
in the movies.
Okay. Yeah, that was just weird. I didn't like that
I think
either.
I think that's a lady
No.
issue, to be honest.
It's not a lady issue.
It
It's
seems like a lady issue. It didn't seem to
not
bother me any.
everything is a
I even
lady-
hardly
You know,
noticed. What?
Are you winking?
No, I
you being a
must have had something in
jackass?
my eye. Oh, my eye hurts.
Oh my God. So I'm going to give this movie kind of like a it was whatever.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
If that song wasn't in there, it would have been half-hearted shrug, whatever.
All right. Well, I will respectfully disagree and urge you to check it out.
Oh my God.
And I would urge you to go to YouTube and just look up some of the music from it. Get the playlist. Look up some of the music. Josie Cotton, the Plimsolls, Modern English, all kinds of other great stuff in it. So I would check it out. That's it for today for Movie Boomerang.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
You've seen the difference, and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop